set out of the middle. What a dig. Beautiful try that time by Jessica Geisen, and good hustle by Rolliter, but the Trojans could not follow up.
As a coach, you certainly love to see the effort, though. Rolliter crashing into her own coach Mick Haley's seat at the end of this play. He kept her head from hitting the metal, but that shows a lot of heart when you're pursuing balls like that.
Jupiter just thumping that ball, very heavy arm through the block. She and Hana Shutra, her counterpart for Cal, both hit a very, very heavy ball, Karch.
And I think for Cal to win this match, they're going to have to get Shutra going. Certainly through the first two, she was barely over 100. I mean, barely over 0, I should say.
There's the very timely one-legged takeoff once again by Johnson. Will head to the sideline, replaced by Kristen Cathan. Corey Johnson now with 12 kills for Cal.
And now Mindy Wiley comes in, and she's been most effective of all for Cal. And so I think Carly Lloyd, the setter, would be wise to try to get Wiley that ball a lot.
Dig by Cathan. Out of the pipe. Shutra is blocked by Williams of USC. Seven stuff blocks now for the Houstonian. And Alex Jupiter will go back to serve. The Trojans again leading 2-1. Dropped the first, won the second, third, but trailing here 8-5 in the fourth. And that ball, what an angle by Mindy Wiley. Wiley now leading the way as a middle attacker, Karch, with 17 kills.
And she had a good block in front of her, went around it, as you said, with a severe cut shot, sharp cross court. Nice adjustment, and USC well defended it well. More power to the Cal offense.
Wiley now 17 of 30, just 2 errors. Geisen through the block and down.
And I don't know if we're going to get to see a replay on that one, but Wiley guessing a little bit, and all she has to do is she shifts her weight. Watch right there, Wiley taking one step to her left, so now she's late. Space between the block. If she can stay balanced and not take that negative step, she's going to be a lot better off.
Geisen again, time against 2 blockers. What a smart shot by Mindy Wiley. When you're in a good rhythm, Karch, you don't have to think. You just see the game unfold.
And if you're in a good rhythm, the setter's got to get you the ball. It's never a bad choice to keep going to what's been working. Lloyd making a good choice by getting the ball to Wiley. She's been clearly the most effective, and as you said, kill leader for Cal.
The 6'3" senior out of Sonoma, California. Hit .337 last year, which is excellent, but much better this year already. Shutra, one-on-one, getting stuffed by Williams.
Wow, I think Shutra got a little confused there. Didn't think there was going to be any block, and Williams putting all 6'4" in front of her with a stuff one-on-one.
We've talked about it, Karch. Hana Shutra has a very unusual style of approaching the ball. Just kind of lopes up there and then just unloads, and her head coach, Rich Feller, said that earlier in her career at Cal, now she's a senior and been an All-American twice, he tried to change her, but now it's to the point where she's put up such good numbers and had so much success, he just learned to live with it.
Yep, he said he didn't emphasize trying to make change with her as much as with some of the other players, because when things are lined up well, it works awfully effectively for her.
Rolliter deflecting the ball off the block and down away from Shutra. And just to finish that point on Hana Shutra, I like it that they're running a quicker set to the outside for her. I think it fits in with her technique.
Yeah, and it forces her to be more dynamic and accelerate into the set.
Shutra off speed, gobbled up by Bateman. Rolliter snapping off the top of the block and down, and here comes USC. Cal got out quickly to a 5-1 lead in this fourth set, and now their advantage is just 11-9. Rolliter now in double figures with 11. That is nicely done by Rolliter off the top of the block, and Shutra finding a way through the block.
Yep, just a little bit of space from between the right shoulder of the middle blocker for USC and the left shoulder of the outside. Shutra keeping the ball in front of her and using her peripheral vision to spot that.
Jupiter.
Good play to get it to the setter. Now USC doesn't have any offense to run. Or I should say Cal didn't have any.
And that ball hit out of bounds by Jupiter, but I agree with you, Karch. Good smart shot down the line. You've got to think the game through.
Yeah, and if she didn't have a swing later in that rally, she could just hit it to Lloyd again take Cal out of its offense, and get the ball back for yet another swing.
Cal with a lead of 4 once again. Lloyd probably would like to look at that. Maybe that injured left thumb really inhibited Carly Lloyd. Injured her thumb before the start of the season. It was heavily splinted for several matches. Now just very heavily bandaged, and really didn't look like she could go after that ball with 2 hands, Karch.
And certainly doesn't make life easy as a setter, because you want to touch the ball with your thumbs as you're using that overhand setting motion.
Shooter off the right side. Good hustle by Kendall Bateman to keep that ball alive for the Trojans.
Corey Johnson on the left.
Big swing and a bigger block on the outside. Hana Shutra with Kat Brown for Cal.
And nicely done there that time. Shutra going to block on the right, or getting stuck over on the right side, but no gap in the block.
Beautiful dig by Lloyd, that time off the heater. And cuffed down the line. Smart shot by Tara Murray. It seems to me, Karch, and you can see it from where you are, we've got a timeout. We'll get back to that point. My thought is that there's an awful lot of room for all of these hitters down the line. Timeout is taken. Cal leading here in the 4th set, 15-10.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Cal versus USC. Paul Sunderland with Karch Kirai, the California Golden Bears, trailing 2-1, but have been in the lead throughout the course of this 4th set. They've been playing better defense, running their offense, and also taking full advantage of a little momentary hesitation for the USC Trojans. Even through the course of a long rally, Kristen Cathan with another outstanding dig. And then that ball through the block, long rallies, and the ball hit out of bounds. And now Cal leading 20-12. And in this 4th set, hitting minus 0.33 after hitting 560, Karch, in the 3rd set.
My, how things can swing and quickly.
And they are again. Not enough room to operate. This set is gone. We're going to be tied at 2 sets apiece. Hitting percentage by set certainly tells the story. Cal came back from a big deficit. Well, there it is. Look at that. 560 down to 0.33. Cal from 222 to 360. Karch, how in the world do you explain that? And now with your coach's hat on, what do you say to your respective teams?
Well, much of it is USC's fault. They're just hitting the ball out of bounds. When they stopped doing that at the end of the 2nd set and kept the ball in all the way through the 3rd, great things happen. But every one of those plays that are hit out, an unforced error, hurts your hitting percentage.
Kill again by Mindy Wiley, flying high, and a nice connection by Carly Lloyd. Overall, USC has 53 kills and 30 errors.
And that number jumped up dramatically between the end of game or set 3 and now.
Tight pass, Bateman with a good save. One-on-one, what a block by Carly Lloyd on the outside.
And as we discussed before, the line is still open, but Geisen was running in, hit kind of based on the line of her approach, running inside, hitting inside. Lloyd making a very nice adjustment.
Cal